Today, we're taking a look at the steps you should take when designing a logo for a client. Let's get to it.
TipTut.
Hello everybody and welcome back to TipTut. Today we're going to talk about the practical steps you might consider when taking a designing job from a client. We'll break this video up into sections to ensure we cover all the bases. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Let's get to it. For this video, we'll be using a logo I designed for Taylor Harvey Brigden, a filmmaker based in London that wanted a logo for his personal brand. At the end of this video, he'll offer some insight into what he wants to see from a designer when considering hiring them. Part 1. Accepting the job and setting terms. The first question you need to ask yourself when approached by a client or pitching yourself is, what do I bring to the table? What am I worth? And critically, are you right for the job? Will you be able to offer the client what they need? Some helpful tips for this are as follows. Agree a price up front. You know what you're worth and you shouldn't work for free. This also goes the other way. Don't overcharge your client, you'll only scare them off. Agree when you'll be paid. Half up front or half when done for clients you've not worked with before is a good starting point. For those you trust, you could invoice after the work is finished. When discussing prices, don't get too hung up on it. Some clients will get touchy, perhaps rightfully so, if you focus more on the payment than on getting the design correct. Part 2. Figuring out what the client wants. Some clients, those sent from above, will come to you with a clear idea of what they'd like and a list of influences, colours and other mood board style assets to help you understand what they need. These are few and far between, however, so you should talk to your client and try to gain the following information. What logos do they like? What influences them in a positive way? Do they have examples of logos or artwork or branding that they think is effective and would like to use as an influence? Do they have any colours in mind? If so, why these colours? Ask for information about their brand. What does it stand for? How does it conduct business? Is it a playful company that banters with its clients on Twitter, or a serious company that is absolutely no frills? All of these questions will help you design a logo that suits their ethos. Remember, you are the designer. The client may not have any of this information, or often doesn't know what they want until you show it to them. It's your job to take their brief and turn it into a design. Just try and get as much of the brief as possible up front. I can't remember who coined this term, but it does stand to be true. Designers are not artists. An artist fires an arrow and then draws a target around it. A designer fires an arrow to hit a target. Part 3. Sketches and ideation. Before you even think about moving to the computer, sketch, and sketch. Take the influences, ideas, motivations that the client is giving you and test out the ideas. Try to experiment, not iterate. By this, I mean explore different ideas even if you can tell that they're probably not going to work out, rather than drawing the same logo with slight differences each time. When sketching, remember your shape theory. What ideas do soft curves connote? What ideas do hard, sharp corners and blocky, weighty rectangles offer? I've got a nice video on this if you don't know the answers to these questions. Use this theory to shape a logo that has meaning. The client will never see these early sketches. Instead, once you have 2 or 3 strong ideas, you should present them with neat versions of each so they can offer feedback on your strongest ideas. Part 4. Feedback and first drafts. Your client will hopefully like at least one of your ideas. If they don't, go back to the sketchbook with their feedback and explore some more. Don't expect feedback in terms that you as a designer understand. You might get feedback like, make it look more modern, or it's not flashy enough. It's your job to know how to take this feedback and turn it into tangible changes. Not modern enough might mean changing a serif font to a sans serif one. Make it more flashy might mean add some details, such as a second decorative stroke around an otherwise simple logo. Generally, simpler is better when it comes to logos. A logo should not tell the customer everything about the company, but should instead stand as a microcosm of what that company represents. It should hint, expose, and offer a glimpse at a larger concept. Move to the computer for your first drafts. If the concept is strong, this step should be easy. Offer the logo in a few different colours, including the important white and black flat logos. If your logo works as a single colour, it's generally a strong design. Sometimes offering the logos in a mock-up will help the client visualize what they want, such as a Facebook or YouTube page. Part 5. Iteration and delivery. This next step might take several changes. When you set your terms at the beginning of the contract, a good way to stop scope creep, which is when the original scope of the project just keeps getting slowly larger and more complicated, is to set terms such as, once the first drafts are agreed, you get 3 rounds of revisions included in the price. Further revisions or explorations of different concepts will come at an additional cost. Iterate, explore, and confirm with your client that they are happy with the logo. Once they are, deliver a package of everything they need. Depending on your contract with them, they may want the original source files. If so, consider charging more for the logo, as future work for this brand may no longer come your way. The delivered package could include the following. This list isn't exhaustive, but offers a good starting point. Social media ready icon logos, social media banner templates, black and white plus full color logos, print ready and screen ready logos, source files, and logos in alternative formats such as PNG or PDF. Finally, send the logos over along with the invoice and a nicely worded reminder that your services are always available. Never burn any bridges, always be professional and respectful, and you'll continue to find that work comes your way. The client for this example project, Taylor Harvey Brigden, has kindly agreed to answer some questions on what they like to see from a designer, so let's jump right into that. Taylor, could you please introduce yourself and your brand?
Hi, my name is Taylor Harvey Brigden, and I am a freelance filmmaker and photographer based up in London. And what I was looking for in my logo was basically something to represent myself as a brand that wasn't just necessarily an image of myself. So the idea is that I could use this as a watermark, or use it in an intro for my showreel, or use it on documents. And it would be visually distinct and something that represents me as an individual and as a brand.
What do you look for when you're hiring a designer?
One of the main things I was considering when hiring a designer is someone with experience, someone that could take my concept and put it into a final product, and someone that could explain to me the process about what designing a logo entails, and walk me through the steps, because I'm not a designer, I am a filmmaker, and this isn't my expertise. So I was looking for someone with experience and passion to take my idea and concept and finalize it all and make an end product.
How important do you think communication is when working with a designer?
For me, it's vital to have communication from step 1 all the way to the end. Not only is that good from a client's perspective, because they know what's going on, they know where the money's going, they know that they're not getting ripped off, or they have a good understanding of where their product's going and what their end result might be, and they're able to feed in and give you feedback. And from a service provider, someone that's designing the logo and someone that's giving their time and effort to make the product, you're not being misguided and you're not left on your own to figure out all yourself. You're able to understand the client's wants and needs clearly and effectively, so you can then just focus on the creative aspect, not just the guesswork.
What trait would you say is the most important when choosing to hire a designer?
I think there's 2 really important traits for a designer, and potentially for anyone in the creative industries, and that is getting a good volume of experience behind you, whether that's doing freelance work, free work, charity work, whatever have you, even if it's just spec work where you just make something for the sake of making something. That all adds up to experience, and that gives you the foundation to say, I am worth this much to a client. And secondly, I think passion's really important for people in the creative industries. Having the drive to make something great and push their craft forward, and not just go for easy pay or quick jobs. Someone that's just dedicated to honing their craft and giving their client the best possible result and the best possible experience. Because that's what generates repeat customers, repeat clients, and gets you good reviews, gets your name out there. Is someone that's passionate and someone that wants to push their work forward.
Once again, many thanks to Taylor there. That's all for this time. I hope you find this video useful. If you did, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. Thank you very much for watching, everybody, and I'll see you all next time on another episode of TipTut.
subscribe for more tips, tricks, and tutorials. Thanks for watching.